Welcome back to the channel and to another new episode of 2K24's Things You Might Not Know, the series where we take a look at the many awesome details and lesser known things that this year's game features. First up today, let's talk the Fiend. So the Fiend Bray Wyatt features 2 Luke Harper tributes this year as taunts, which both feature new taunt audio. The taunts that we're talking about is Let Them In 5 and 7, which were previously Luke Harper's taunts in the series, which now feature Wyatt doing Harper's yeah trademark taunt. Sticking with Wyatt, up next, some Bray Wyatt tribute body art. So updates to body art might not be a new thing for the series, but it does remain an awesome detail. Some that you might not be aware of is the Bray Wyatt tribute tattoos that multiple superstars feature. This includes Fort Carrying Cross, Braun Strowman and Shotzi, who all feature this tribute under their attire parts. Next up, a nice one if you're a fan of Triple H. So if you prefer his King of Kings theme over his original theme, then you're in luck, as this is actually featured in this year's game. This can be found under the Authority in the theme section. Now you're going to be aware of the Elite Cody Rhodes action figure model that features some pretty sick looking bruising. But what you might not be aware of is that you can also get this for the regular Cody via a modded download. This one can be found on this year's community curations, which you're going to see a bit more of now, because sticking with Rhodes, whilst not set by default, he does still feature his special rising entrance, which can be found under Cody Rhodes 2.
The Rhodes name means he was born with this business in his blood. He's finally been able to tap into that, and we are now witnessing his full capabilities.
Indeed, Corey, the American Nightmare has become a reality.
This year's game features a bunch of double champion entrances, but a returning one from last year's game that you might not be aware of is the Usos Tag Team Double Title entrance. This was originally added back in 2K23, but can also be found in 2K24 when you simply add Jey Uso back into the bloodline and feature the Usos as double tag team champions. Now you're probably going to be aware of the awesome detail of Hulk Hogan featuring his own unique off the ropes motion. Joining him is Rey Mysterio and Roxanne Perez, who both feature this new unique motion when they go off the ropes. Whilst weapon breakouts might not be new, they do remain in the game and remain as awesome as always. To get this option, simply do an Extreme Rules match and run in with your choice of weapon when your opponent makes their entrance. To add to this, if you're a champion, you then get the added option to run in with your title, which you can then use as a weapon.
You too, for that matter, unless you want to see something very unpleasant.
LA Knight will hand out a beatdown to anybody, any night of the week. It doesn't matter to him.
They clearly weren't expecting this, and that's what makes it so sweet.
There we go.
Superstars finally enter the ring, and we are officially underway.
So, whilst most superstars on the roster will feature this unique casket motion when winning a casket match, this doesn't apply to everyone, and select superstars will instead use their own winning scene. Superstars that don't use the generic one and instead use their own include The Undertaker, Kane, and even Roman Reigns. Sticking with the casket match, and another awesome detail is that select superstars will feature special audio when they make their way to the ring ahead of a casket match.
There's already
element of fear seeing that casket, but for HBK, the emotions have to be running even deeper.
You're right, Cole. The first time Michaels took part in a casket match, the damage incurred on his back put HBK on the shelf for half a decade.
I'd say normally prior experience like that would give a competitor second thoughts, but HBK knows to tune out the fear, tune out the noise, and focus on the task at hand.
And the task at hand tonight is to lock his opponent in that casket and live to fight another day.
The devil's favorite demon about to become even more demonic in a casket match.
We've seen Kane victorious in casket matches before, but his history is even deeper than that.
Who could ever forget the night Kane put his own brother in a casket and set it on fire? Which begs the question, what evil will Kane unleash with that casket tonight?
Look at the size of Yokozuna. They have crafted a reinforced extra-large casket tonight to ensure that even this giant can fit inside.
And I know the thought of that absolutely frightens Yokozuna. He's taken part in multiple casket matches, and every single time, he seems terrified.
Yokozuna is wearing a brave face right now, but once that bell rings and the casket opens, I predict we see instinct take over and this 550-pound monster do everything in his power to shut the lid on his opponent. And he'll have a one-word eulogy for the loser. Bonsai!
The dead man about to take part in his own sick and twisted creation, the casket match.
The Undertaker's career has been intertwined with this match. For over 30 years, we've seen casket matches, and the Phenom has been a part of the carnage in most of them.
We've seen The Undertaker put giants in those caskets. He's competed against Hall of Famers in this kind of match. He's even tried to close the lid on his own flesh and blood.
Indeed, the dark side of The Undertaker becomes even more bleak when it comes time to put his opponent in a coffin and close the lid.
The Undertaker so often says rest in peace. Tonight, there is no resting. There is no peace. The loser of this match faces the sheer terror of being locked inside of an inescapable casket.
Modded downloads remain as awesome as ever, and 2K24 already features a bunch. One of the more interesting ones we've seen already comes via What's the Status, who has uploaded all the female superstars with the ability to fight against male superstars. This not only means that you can now do intergender matches, but also means female superstars can now win male championships. To add to this, as another awesome detail, using these modded women, this now also means the women can feature the same blood effects as men, which as you can see can create some pretty awesome visuals. So as we covered previously, this year's diving attacks now impact more than just one superstar, but what you might not know is that select other moves also share this ability. Two moves that feature it include Duke Hudson's Crucifix Powerbomb that you can use to send one opponent into another. In addition to Carrying Cross's Final Prayer, with this move also impacting more than just the one superstar. So the microphone as a new weapon can be used in 2K24, which can also be used to taunt with, as most weapons can. But what you might not know is that The Rock features his own unique mic taunt, complete with trademark Rock pose. And last up today, we have got a couple more modded downloads. This time we are talking arenas that you might not know about. So both these arenas we're featuring come via Marty M on Community Creations. Firstly, we have got the Firefly Funhouse match, which as you can see does look awesome. This one features an invisible ring as well as a bunch of amazing details on the walls. Then we have got the Boneyard Match Arena, which makes for an amazing combo with a casket match and also features some pretty awesome visuals as well. Both these arenas not only look visually amazing, but also kind of give you some bonus match types and environments to mess around in. As always, share me any things to cover in future episodes in the comments below. Stay tuned for more like this coming to the channel soon. And until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.